we're not getting in the car today. We're doing something we've never done before. So let's head upstairs. In this video, we're going to give you a grand overview of all the places around Mobile, but not in a car. In this video, we're actually going to show you on a map. So we're going to talk about the different neighborhoods like Saraland, Satsuma, Semmes, Westmobile, and we're going to talk about the Eastern Shore, Fairhope, Daphne, and the commute getting over there. But don't forget to like and subscribe because each week we're dropping a brand new video talking about all the great things in this amazing city that I like to call home, Mobile, Alabama. Now let's get started. So this is obviously a very different video, but the purpose of this is to give you a true overview, and that's what we're going to do. We've actually got the map in front of us, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to cover all the details of the neighborhood. We're going to talk about some commutes. We're just going to talk about the general details of Mobile, and it's one of the most requested things I get asked is, hey, it's one thing to show us around the neighborhood, but show us actually on the map so people can kind of get their bearings. So that's what we're going to do, and the first thing I'll say about Mobile is you've got this huge intersection, and it intersects, of course, Mobile being right here, is you have I-10, which of course runs from west to east. It begins in Los Angeles, goes all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, and then that intersects with I-65 that runs from Chicago all the way down to Mobile. So in terms of traffic, Mobile does get a decent amount of traffic with regard to interstates because there's just so much. But here's how this works. So we're going to zoom in. We're going to actually talk a lot about Mobile, the surrounding areas. You know, when I talk about Government Street or Airport Boulevard or Ziegler Boulevard or Schillinger Road, all those places, well, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of that and what that actually means. But probably my second question is, well, where should I live? Should I live on the west side in Mobile, or should I go on the eastern shore over to Spanish Fort, Daphne, Fairhope? We're going to talk about that a little bit too. So let's go ahead and dive in. And if you notice, in Mobile, obviously there's a lot of water. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people come here, because it's so beautiful. But in Mobile, we have this divide, of course, and this bridge. In fact, Mobile is in the middle of negotiating, trying to raise funds, a lot of talks with the federal authorities about having this Mobile Bay Bridge project to where they're going to build a new bridge. And I think the last count is going to exceed $2 billion, but that's because it's so massive. So right now, we have the normal bridge we call the Bay Bridge, and it is about 7.5 miles. Of course, runs from Mobile all the way over to Daphne. But if you zoom in, you'll be able to tell that there's another road. This is Highway 98, and we call it the Causeway. So if you're making that commute and it's a little rough and you want to, try to take another route, you might be able to take the Causeway. And the Causeway, it's lower to the ground. Sometimes water goes over it. It can be crazy sometimes, but it's got some great restaurants. As you can tell, we've got Felix's Fish Camp. Also, the USS Alabama. This is like a massive national landmark in Mobile. Huge battleship from the 40s. Of course, you've got another seafood restaurant, the Bluegill, and then you've got the original Oyster House. Just some really cool things if you want a night out on the water. You can do that on the coast here, or on the bay rather. But living in Mobile, a lot of folks make that commute. And if they do, then they're going to have to make that 7.5 mile journey. And we'll zoom in over here. Just north of I-10, you've got Spanish Fort, and then you've got Daphne. Now Daphne's pretty large. All this area in here, then we zoom down, we've got even more. You've got Montrose, and then we've got Fairhope. Now Fairhope, if you do a little research, you'll find out that it's actually known all over the world as this amazing place for retirees. Now, does that mean you have to be 75 to live there? No. In fact, I was walking through there the other day and I called my wife. I was like, honey, this might be on our map for retiring later, or actually moving to before we retire, because it's just an incredible place. Very few places where you can walk around. You can go to the Pier. Let me zoom in and see if I can show you the pier. Yep, we've got the Fairhope Municipal Pier. So all this area in here is all very, very walkable. You've got bookstores, you've got hotels, bed and breakfast, but it's an amazing pier. In fact, let's zoom in and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's change the view and you should be able to see. So here we go. We've got this super cool picture of the pier. In fact, If you look up on my channel, you'll see that I actually made a video of the commute from Fairhope. I was sitting on a bench right there, and I started, and I took you all the way over to my office on Hillcrest Road in Westmobile. So it's a really cool place, and if you live in Mobile, you need to definitely check it out. It's a great date day, date night, great time to spend with your family, just an overall great place to go. And so if we zoom back, and we're gonna get back into Mobile. So what about all these neighborhoods and the areas of Mobile? We get questions like, what about Saraland? What about Satsuma? What about Semmes? Well, we're gonna talk about all that. So if we think of Mobile as, this is the hub, downtown Mobile. Then we've got I-65, which is a major interstate, of course. And then pretty much anything, kind of west of I-65. We're gonna call that Westmobile, although Westmobile probably doesn't start until, I don't know, maybe University. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on I-65. If you take I-65 north, you've got some different areas. You've got Pritchard, and then right next to Pritchard, you've got Chickasaw. I sold a house in Chickasaw last year. They absolutely love it. And one of the main reasons why is because Chickasaw, you can take this Highway 43, get on I-165, and then you're in downtown Mobile in like 10 or 15 minutes. Super fast. Now, just north of Chickasaw, you've got Saraland. Okay, so probably another 5 minutes down the interstate. We zoom in. Saraland, the school system there, people are just tripping over themselves to get into the school system because the community has poured a lot of money into that, and it's become a really, really popular place. So you can look up the details of the school system, do the research, and figure out what that's like. But I think I've sold maybe 3 houses in Saraland just in the last year or so, and it's really booming. And so talk about Saraland, you've got exit 13 off of the interstate, which is right here. Little, I don't know, random fact, I actually got married there 21 years ago. But you've got some restaurants here, and then this whole area to the northwest of exit 13, it is booming. You've got a new Publix grocery store over here. You've also got a medical center, Alabama Cardiology. I think that Mobile Infirmary has a place there as well. So they're really sowing a lot into the city of Saraland. And just north of that, of course, you've got Satsuma. And Satsuma is growing as well. It's a little more laid back, less traffic lights. But I sold a house in Satsuma last year, actually 2 houses in Satsuma, and both of the buyers, they love it. And they call it their own little piece of the world. So that's one thing to know about Satsuma. A little more small town vibe, but you can get close to the water here also. In fact, one of my buyers, he gets on a kayak and they'll go out there and they absolutely love it. So let's work our way back, okay? So we've got this big picture. You've got Satsuma, you've got Saraland, and then Saraland, if you notice, this 158, it takes you right next to the University of Mobile. Shout out, my alumni, is actually where I graduated from. 158, they're doing a lot of construction and they're connecting Saraland all the way here, and it's going to run into Semmes. Let's talk about Semmes. Semmes in Mobile, I've lived here my whole life. So growing up, I always thought of Semmes as a little more rural, a little more out in the country. Well, that is really changing, and you'll notice there's a lot of development. So let's figure out where we are here. This is Schillinger. I have another video on Schillinger. It's a whole tour, okay? So Schillinger, from start to finish, it's one of the busiest roads in all of Mobile, and it runs right into Semmes. So you take Westmobile and you take Schillinger north, and you're going to end up in Semmes. Now in Semmes, you've got a super Walmart. Everywhere there's a super Walmart, there's something going on. So you got this big super Walmart. You've got a Foosackly's right here. And of course, across the street, you've got a Yellowhammer Coffee. Shout out to my buddy Jeff Roberts. Great places, but this area is growing a lot, okay? So we're gonna continue west, and this is 98. This is called Moffett Road. Now, if you live on Moffett Road, there are a lot of 18-wheelers. And the reason why is because that's more of like a commercial route that's gonna take you, let's check this out here. Moffett Road will be more of a commercial route from I-65 or I-10 all the way out to Mississippi, okay? So a lot of folks who are on 18-wheelers, they're gonna take that route. So just be aware of that. But also, from Semmes, we're gonna head west. I get asked a lot, Jeff, where can I buy some land where I have a little breathing room? And that is gonna be in Wilmer. You're gonna have lots of land. It's relatively inexpensive. You know, what you can get 5 acres for in Wilmer is gonna probably be half price or even a third of what it would be out in Westmobile or in a more populated area. You know, Citronelle, same thing. Citronelle's north of Wilmer, Semmes area. It's gonna be less expensive. So out here in Wilmer, this is gonna be a lot less populated. You've got Semmes Middle School, you've got Mary G. Montgomery High School, all of that there. Now, let's head to Westmobile. This is where a lot of my phone calls are coming from. People talk about, well, I want to live in Westmobile. Now, a lot of folks do that because they're looking online and they're reading the school reviews and, you know, the reviews of shops and traffic and, you know, all those concerns that they're focused on. And Westmobile has Baker High School. Then maybe a little south of that, you've got Davidson High School. And then north of that, of course, Mary G. Montgomery. Still kind of in Westmobile. But Causeway Middle School, Dawes Intermediate, Hutchins Elementary, all of those are in Westmobile. So let's talk about what exactly is Westmobile and give you some highlights. So one of the busiest streets in all of Westmobile is Schillinger. I mean, just look at what's out here. So the busiest street in Mobile, Airport Boulevard, west to east, and Schillinger, north to south. We are right here at the intersection. And of course, Chipotle would come up, one of my favorite places. Let's take a pause. Briquette's. Briquette's Steakhouse has 3 locations in the area, 2 in Mobile, 1 on the Eastern Shore, and it's a mom and pop place, and it's really incredible. But it's at this intersection. So right here, you've got Airport, and it connects with Schillinger. You've got Lowe's, you've got Home Depot, a movie theater, Hobby Lobby, all of these things, pharmacies. This is a traffic nightmare at 5 o'clock. And going to school in the morning around 7:30, it can be pretty rough as well. But that's where this is. And so if you want to say, well, where is Westmobile when you think of that? It's going to be out in this area. Okay, you've got the Mobile Regional Airport, although that's getting ready to move over to Brooklyn. And while we're on this subject, let me go ahead and show you. It's going to be over in this area, okay? So Westmobile Regional Airport will become the Mobile International Airport, and it's going to be located down here in just the next couple of years. And by doing that, we're going to be able to get a lot of flyers, passengers from over in this area it's a lot easier than going way out here. I don't know what they were thinking when they built the airport out in Westmobile, but that's what they did. So we look and you'll see Baker High School. This is a massive, massive high school. A lot of neighborhoods out here. We've got Snow Road, you've got Dominion, you've got, what else? Let's come over here. D.R. Horton Development right here. This is called Amelia Lakes. And then you've got Holly Branch. So these are some of the neighborhoods that if you want to live out in Westmobile, you can look those up. Causey Middle School, like I mentioned. And then Cottage Hill Road. Cottage Hill runs parallel to Airport Boulevard, and it is full of neighborhoods. So Cottage Hill Road used to be the alternative to Airport, but now it's just about as busy. So we're going to wrap up here in just a few minutes. We don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to highlight some other areas. So Dawes Road. I made a video on Dawes. You can look that up. Dawes Road runs north to south, and it used to be, there was hardly any traffic on Dawes Road, and now it is very, very busy. So let's zoom in here. You have another Super Walmart at Cottage Hill and Dawes. And then you come out here and you've got several neighborhoods. We come over here, we've got Champion, where is it? I think, let me see here. Yep, so these houses in here, about $300,000. We come over here, Gold Mine. Now, as we make our way back to downtown, we'll talk about Tillman's Corner. Tillman's Corner is going through a boom right now. You can tell they just put in an Aldi. You can see that here. An Aldi right here. You've got Freudian slip, Lowe's there, and you've got a lot of restaurants. They also have a Fusakli's in this area. But all of this is growing like crazy. So if you want to get to Dauphin Island, you're going to take I-10, however you get there. Then you're going to take, what are we looking at here? We take Highway 90. You're going to go all the way down. We're going to pass through an area called Theodore. And you're going to get to see Bellingraph Gardens, some areas that have made Mobile famous all around the world. And you can take Bellingraph Road all the way down and catch on over 193. And people talk about, well, how close are you really to the beach? Well, here's your answer. You can go to Dauphin Island right there. You can take the ferry, get on Fort Morgan, go hang out at Gulf Shores on into Orange Beach. And then all this is like a big giant circle. So lots of great things to talk about in this area. I mean, I could probably make 10 more videos just like this. In fact, that's going to be in the near future. But this is an overview of how the city works. Go ahead and leave your questions below, because what I want to do, the purpose of these videos, it's for education, so that when I get the phone calls and people say, hey Jeff, we're considering moving there, but we're not quite sure about this area. What's this really like? Well, hopefully these videos will answer some of those questions. So don't forget, like and subscribe, because each week we're dropping a brand new video about the city of Mobile, sometimes the Eastern Shore, but all the great things that I love about this city. I absolutely love making these videos. So like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and ask me a question. What do you want me to talk about in the next video? I look forward to reading the comments and cannot wait for the next video.